Okay, so now we're going to talk about storefront openings and all glass, or oftentimes people call it Herculite glass openings. Herculite is kind of your Kleenex type form for it. We just have known it for that, for so many years, but it's called, an all glass opening or Herculite. So we're going to talk about that. And the all glass is important because it gives us some different options we need to consider. And then storefront is even more important because storefront is 50% of all access control openings we do today. We think about access controlling an opening, and storefront has been around since, very heavily since the 1950s timeframe. It continues to grow in popularity. One, because it's lightweight material to work with. We get the glass, so we get a lot of the lighting that comes through it. That natural lighting is so important to us. Aesthetically allows us to be able to see through it. But it's also cost effective too. So we're not only seeing storefront aluminum, not only on the perimeter of the buildings, we're also seeing it on the interior of the buildings more and more. So we're going to take a look at the storefront first, and then we're going to go into the all glass openings. When we're talking about storefront aluminum, it's very easily recognized because of the aluminum style we're going to have. That's usually surrounded by glass, but we're going to break it down in a little bit more details, and we're going to start primarily with the hardware. Obviously, we know and understand the importance of a healthy opening. We talked about that earlier in the program. A healthy opening is critical. Storefront aluminum, because it can be lighter weight in many situations. Here we have to be careful of the health, that door in the frame that's going to bend and tweak a little bit more, especially as you get pulling and tugging on it. So the health is critical to us. But from the next point there, it's really coming into the hardware and understanding what type of hardware is existing on the opening itself. Here I've got just a sampling of the major components that we're oftentimes going to find when we're looking at storefront aluminum. We've got latch bolts. The latch bolts here, primarily they're going to be 3/4 inch in length, and they can have a dead latch with it, very similar to looking at a standard mortise lock set. Because for all intent and purpose, that is a mortise lock set right here. That latch bolt is normally 3/4 inch in length. Pullman latches, the exit bars across the door, very common because of the fact that, when we're thinking of egressing out of the building, I oftentimes think about 50 or more people. Do I need an exit bar across the door? Standard is a Pullman style latch. We will look at the star wheel also, which is sitting right here next to it. Many applications and business applications are finding them on perimeter doors, but going to retail, McDonald's, as I mentioned earlier, is going to have a star wheel to it. And then, of course, we've got a lot of bolts, both the hook bolt and the dead bolts themselves. Those are something that we are never going to try and access control. I do not ever want to kind of, if you try and access control a dead bolt or hook bolt, you're going to run into a problem. Yes, we can handle up to a 1-inch throw. Not something I'd ever recommend. I would look at switching out my dead bolt or my hook bolt and putting in some type of a latch bolt. Fairly economically thing that can be done. Well, then we're going to kind of look at some of the other ones. We've got bars that can be worked in conjunction with our latch bolts over here. So I can put that exit bar across my door, working in conjunction with my latch bolts over here. And then, of course, the last one we're going to have are vertical latching rods. Vertical latching rods, which can either be surface mounted to the door frame or concealed inside of the door frame itself. So different things we're paying attention to, because there are some things I'm going to tell you you never want to try and access control. Never going to access control a hook bolt, never going to access control a dead bolt. When I come over here to the vertical rod sets over here, I'm very, very cautious on paying attention to the detail of what type of bolt I have up there. You can see on the vertical rod sets up here, there are 3 basic types of latching mechanism you have. The first one over here, it's going to basically rotate around an existing post up there, versus the center one is going to be a post that's going to pop up to the top. And the third one right here is, well, it's a Pullman latch. It's a Pullman latch just turned up vertical on its end. So which ones I can work with and which ones I cannot work with are things I need to identify during my site survey. Pictures and images, they're going to get sent back to the estimator, going to get sent to your door hardware guy. I'll be the first one to tell you, probably 95% of all my access control hardware done on storefront aluminum was done by a locksmith. Have partnerships with those guys because they're key and important. If you mess up a storefront aluminum door, it is going to be ugly for a long time. So recognition is important. The frame is just as important to me too, because especially if I'm going to look at putting an electric strike into the frame. You have two key types of frames that you're going to deal with storefront aluminum. You've got a basic box, shoebox style, as I want to call this, is a shoebox style. And I call it a shoebox style because it's open on the inside. It's got a completely open interior, which gives me a lot of depth in which I can install an electric strike into it. Now, oftentimes more common is this guy right here. And I've shown you this to you earlier when we talked about aluminum frames. That glass that's inserted into the box pocket right there, and it protrudes into the box itself. If I'm going to look at installing product into this type of frame, I need to be careful because just a simple nick right there in that corner is going to create a problem for me. Now, Adams Rite has two different series of strikes that are really designed to fit into these two applications. And I say that because it's really dependent on the depth of the pocket inside there. The Adams Rite 7100 series and the Adams Rite 7400 series. Two different strike series based on the type of frame we're working with. You can see on these 7100 series right here, my depth to cut in my strikes right here is 1 5/8 of an inch. That's a pretty deep cut in into a frame. So I need to have a pocket in there which has nothing in back there that I can potentially compact or come in contact with. Oftentimes, I'm going to find this where I'm using a storefront aluminum framing and a door, and I don't have glass. So I might have a brick wall or something like that. Oftentimes people will go to the storefront aluminum, just one, because I said it's less expensive than putting up a steel or a metal frame inside there. Aesthetically, it's a little bit more appealing, and I can get the glass for lighting, natural lighting to come in through that opening as well. So I may have this on a frame where I do not have glass on either side of it. Where I'm going to have glass involved here, that's where I'm going to go to the 7400 series because of the 1 1/16 inch in depth. Now, if you remember right earlier, I talked about it has many faces. And it has many faces because it has many different looks down to it. I've got different face plates based on different lengths that I can have. And I always tell everybody, the 7400 is not just for glass. I can use this in wood, I can use it in metal. Very common for me. Earlier I talked about the warehouse I did where I put in the 7000 series electric strike. I can also look at doing that with the 7400 series, depending on the type of hardware. If I've got a cylindrical lock set, I can maybe go with it over here. Remember that preload pressure I'm constantly paying attention to during my site survey. Do I have a healthy opening? Do I have potential for preload on it? Cylindrical lock set, mortise lock set, I've got options right here. If I've got a bar across the door, if I've got a panic rated bar across the door because of code, I've got my 74R1 and my 74R2. Is it a 1/2 inch? Do I need for the 1/2 inch 74R2? Or can I go for a 3/4 inch, the Adams Rite 74R1 electric strike, 3/4 inch in depth? It has lots of faces, as I mentioned earlier. So paying attention to detail during a site survey is critical. Looking at our standing application. Remember, when I talked earlier about the latch bolt, to me that's a standard mortise lock set right here. I've got my latch and I've got my dead latch, making sure that the main latch is going to get into the pocket. So my main latch is going to drop inside my pocket in here. My dead latch here will ride up on either the face, in this situation, in the 7400 series or the 7100 series, will ride up on the actual faceplate itself to give us that holding force. So remember, the depth of the pocket is important, making sure we're doing the proper site survey. What type of frame is it? Do I have the depth for the electric strike to be able to slide in there? And the other thing that's really, really important is you're going to have to use the kit here to allow for the installation of the strike. When we're installing electric strike in aluminum frame, you always want to use a little bit of Loctite, a little bit of blue Loctite on the back side of the screws. And that's important because think about the door opening and closing and the vibration you're going to get in aluminum over time. So the little bit of blue Loctite, I recommend the blue because it can be broken if you need to. It's gonna, the screw's gonna, you're gonna put the screw in, you're gonna put the nut on the back side of it when you screw it through, and over time, I don't want it to vibrate loose because if it vibrates loose, it's gonna create additional problems on the door and the strike that I'm gonna show you in just on the next slide we come up with here. So anytime you're working with any type of storefront aluminum, I highly recommend you're gonna have a little bit of blue Loctite on the back of all the screws that you put for holding the strike in place so they don't vibrate loose. Here is just a plethora of some of the images that we have that can be good and bad. A lot of times we have a lot of issues because we have workmanship that is not done by someone who's got experience of working with aluminum. They are not sure how to do it. It's important that we to me, the workmanship is everything. If I know I don't have a skill set on my team that can do it, I'm going to reach out to my locksmith and have him come in and do some of the installations that need to be done here, using the proper tab kits to make sure that we mount the strike in there, we get it nice and secure. Here I've got a tab kit here, but I only use one screw. Highly, highly recommend. You have to use both screws. If you don't use both screws on here over time, and you don't use the blue Loctite on it, the impact, the constant impact on it, it's going to loosen the screw up, it's going to shove the strike back into the pocket, and you're going to have a problem. You're going to potentially have a warranty problem. I do not want return under warranty. So if you're using the tab kit, you always use 2 screws, top and bottom, and a little bit of blue Loctite on the back. And sometimes you have to be creative. This one over here was for a double door. The gap was too wide. And they couldn't get the set in properly. They needed to offset a little bit to get it to work. Well, they got it to work, but it's not exactly good workmanship. There are better ways and cleaner ways to do this type of application. So electric strikes are very common in the Storefront aluminum. You want to make sure, as if you're not familiar with it, call your partners who can help you work with it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the all glass or the Herculite opening. All glass has been around for many, many years, and historically we've called it Herculite, just to the type of glass it is. But it's all glass and is very popular because of the capability for aesthetics and lighting. Architects like it, customers like it for that main reason. There again, aesthetics and lighting, so we have to recognize what we're working with. Historically, we put a mag lock on top of that door. You know, we go back here, I've got my only latching capability here is at the bottom down there. I've got a bottom bolt that I can throw that secures my door. And historically, we work with a mag lock on top of the door. Well, we know that many HJs do not care for putting a mag lock on a door. If you go to Austin, Texas, there are 2 different ways to put a mag lock on a door. A mag lock, a motion detector, 30-second timer tied into the fire alarm panel. Or the other way is a mag lock released by door hardware that has a built-in switch to release the mag lock at the top of the door. In Austin, Texas, they have an amendment that says if you put a mag lock on any door, you will put a release bar across that door. You have to have an exit style bar across that door to release power to your mag lock. So you've got to pay attention to the amendments written by the local AHJs, but we're going to see all kinds of different applications with mag locks. Single mag locks, double mag locks. What do you have? Well, the next generation of it is now the architects are understanding there are more hardware options available for that simple mechanical hardware set, which can be now during the engineering phases of the glass where we can actually have the capability of putting holes in the doors, which will allow us to have vertical mounting rods to the all glass openings. And here's a perfect example of it right here. So when they're looking at putting an all glass opening, which the customer wants on the opening, now they can kind of spend a little bit more time. They're working with manufacturers, and we're providing them with hardware which can now be, the glass can actually be pre-prepped to mount the hardware into the glass just as here and give us a top vertical mounting location. We're seeing more and more of it all the time, which now gives us another option. So instead of putting a mag lock on a door, I now have an option of actually putting an electric strike up at the top of the opening. So here we want to kind of look at a couple of details I'm going to show you. Here I've got an office here. I've got a vertical latching rod up on the top up here. And by the way, yes, that is a glass wall all the way up. But can I get an electric strike there? Yes, I can. I can definitely do it. It's just something that's going to take a little bit of time and a little understanding and working with the customer to understand what we're going to do. The next one over here. Here was going into an office area. I've got a top vertical latching rod up here. Here you can see it works in conjunction with an electric strike, which is mounted up at the top of the header. We still want to pay attention to the detail. Is that header up there strong enough to maintain that electric strike once I put it up on top of there. And we're going to talk about the two latching mechanisms, which you're commonly going to see with the top vertical rods here. So we are seeing more and more of the vertical rod sets coming out, and we're going to continue to see it. The two primary types of latching mechanisms you have is one, a roller ball down here, and it basically works off of a spring mechanism, and it's really critical that you make sure that ball is mounted high enough up in the pocket so you don't, some kind of bouncing or vibration to the door won't drop that ball down by accident or inadvertently. And the primary way we do it here at ASSA ABLOY is the Pullman latch, which we had on the bar, we've actually taken and put it into our top vertical rod up here. Adds a lot of security. It's got a nice heavy spring inside there, which allows for the push-pull latch retraction of it. So when I push, I can push or pull, I can drop the latch down. But I can also get it to work in conjunction with an electric strike. So there are two primary strikes that we have which come from Rockwood. They're either singles or double strikes. So if I've got a double set of doors, top vertical rods, you know, here I've got a double strike designed to work with it. Or if I've got a single up here, I've got another electric strike that will work with it. And the base of the strike back here, the actual strike back here, is actually a Folger Adams strike. Rockwood came up with a nice clean mounting plate to be able to put up there for aesthetic appeal to it. And you also notice here these little black pads right here. Well, these are bumper pads that basically allow that glass door to come back. Its impact is with those little bumper pads, and it kind of gives us a nice clean cushion so we can get to close and latch into the strike, minimizing any potential damage to the glass. But we've been using vertical rods in conjunction with strikes for a long time, but we go back to Storefront aluminum. We have electric strikes which are designed to set up in the header for Storefront aluminum as well. Primarily, if you remember right, we're going to use the style that works in conjunction with a Pullman latch style. And these come in different looks, so we're going to keep in mind. Vertical rods will sometimes come in a narrow style or a wider style. We want to pay attention to the detail. We need to take measurements of your vertical rod. So when we're looking at vertical rods on a door, we're going to take and we're actually going to measure, because we have strikes and you can see the center line of that catch point is important when I'm dealing with the vertical rods in a pair. Is it a surface mount vertical rod set? Is it a concealed vertical rod set? Which ones will work in conjunction with a strike? If you do not know, I highly recommend you use the ASSA ABLOY customer support app. You get into our tech support team here in Phoenix, Arizona, Adams Wright, let them help and support you.